Hey Doggies fans, all things Bulldogs. The NRL draw for 2024 has been released and I'm just going through it. I don't think there's any 5-day turnarounds for the Dogs. We've got a 6-day turnaround going into a game in New Zealand, but that's not too bad. So to get no 5-day turnarounds is absolutely fantastic. There's a 4-day turnaround for the Broncos and Souths. I didn't look at the other two teams that are going to Vegas. But Broncos and Souths don't play each other in Vegas, but they're both at Vegas. And then they travel to Suncorp 4 days later on the Thursday. They play on the Sunday and travel to Suncorp and play each other, you know, on the Thursday night, which is a bit of a short turnaround, but it's early in the season. And the same two teams are affected. So, look, I think looking at Canterbury not getting any 5-day turnarounds, that's bloody brilliant. Takes away a lot of excuses. So it'll be down to injuries. I felt the draw was pretty good. We only play South Sydney once. We only play the Broncos once, the Panthers once, the Storm once. And West Tigers once. And maybe another team as well. I think Gold Coast, we only play them once as well. So, not too bad. Dolphins only once. And I think that's the other teams we played twice. So let's go through it quickly. Round 1 versus the Eels, Saturday, 4:30 p.m. Channel 9 were hoping to get this as their first game of the season. We're trying to get this one but couldn't. It's 4:30 in the Arvo. Still pretty warm, and that's at CommBank Stadium, which is a great stadium to go to. We then go round 2 on the Friday, which is a 6-day turnaround, into a Friday night 5 p.m. match versus the Sharks away. Then we travel back to Belmore for Saturday. Now last year this was the West Tigers match at Belmore, which was really hot. It could be that sort of weather again. Gold Coast obviously used to a little bit warmer weather, but Belmore on a Saturday 2 p.m, great conditions probably. You wouldn't expect another 40-degree bloody Saturday in March, but who knows. And hopefully it'll be a great turnout and a great day at Belmore to get a win up. We then go to our annual, I think it's the Easter fixture, the Good Friday fixture. Home or away don't really matter when you're playing at a core. It's against the Rabbits, 3:05 p.m. on Good Friday. Then we go a week out to the Roosters match at a core again, same venue, 5 p.m. So a pretty good draw so far. Look, the opposition, there's nothing easy about Roosters, Rabbits. No games are easy there. Sharks, Para. Now, while none of those teams were top 4 sides last year, most were expecting Roosters, Rabbits, and Eels to be right up there, and they just weren't. So, and Titans expected to improve. Not making excuses, just giving the cold hard reality. It's going to be tough every game, and if we're going to improve, we're going to have to be up for it from round 1. Round 6, we travel to Amy Park again. It's played Storm away last year, in which we won that match. So to me, it should have been a home game this year. But anyway, 6 p.m. Storm don't get too many day games, from what I can see. Or in the past, they haven't. So they'll play us at 6 p.m. at Amy Park. Then we get a big 8 or 9 day turnaround into a 2 p.m. match at home against the Knights, which we'll be looking to get some revenge on the 100-6 scoreline they beat us in the last 2 matches, something like that. We then get the bye before a Saturday game against the West Tigers at home again, 3 p.m. on the 4th of May. Friday the 10th of May, we then travel to Penrith Park again and have to play the Panthers at 6 p.m. at Penrith before going to Magic Round a week later. So no 5-day turnaround into Magic Round this year. We play the Raiders again. We're first up at Magic Round. which I don't mind. It's the first game on the Friday night. Get the Bulldogs in there, Bulldog supporters in there early and get them out. So yeah, we'll be there. No 5-day turnaround this time against the Raiders, who, look, generally high scoring games, close games at Magic Round. We just struggle to get the win. Hopefully we're ready to smash the Raiders in round 11. Round 12, we then get a Thursday night match against the Dragons at home. So that'll be good. Followed by a Friday night match against Newcastle at Newcastle. So you're getting lots of time off. Then we get a Monday night match, or Monday afternoon in the annual, will be the King's birthday or Labor Day or something, versus the Eels at 4 p.m. at home. Then we got a bye before a Saturday game away at Gosford against the Roosters, which both clubs like going up there. And then we got another Friday night, so 6 days into the Sharks game at a core, before having the Warriors on the Saturday night the following week. So an 8-day turnaround into that, 3 p.m. at a core. Then we get the bye before travelling to North Queensland. So a bye leading into a game in North Queensland in July is pretty good. Pretty good for us to play them then, 6:15 p.m. And then we've got to travel down to Brisbane, so they'll probably make a big road trip of it. And play at Suncorp at 3 p.m. on a Saturday, so I'll be looking forward to that. I'll be going to see that on the 27th of July. Sunday, the 4th of August, the Raiders at Belmore, 4 p.m. Looks like it'll be the TV game on Channel 9, which will be good. Followed by a Saturday game against the Dragons at Jubilee Stadium. Channel 9, I got that as well by the look of it, which is interesting. Round 24, Saturday 17th of August. We travel, take our home match for the third time to Bundaberg. Salter Oval, 3 p.m. Good, usually get nice, good conditions up there. And the home crowd was bigger last year. Hopefully it grows again, but the Dolphins obviously get a lot of support up there as well. Before travelling across the ditch to play on Friday night against New Zealand, so that'll be probably the toughest trip for us, I'd say. Going from Bundaberg into, which is what we've done. We did 2 years ago, but that was a 5-day turnaround that turned into a 4-day one, where they basically only got to do one training session. So we'll play, so we've got that extra day, so that'll make a lot of difference. A lot of players get to go home. A lot of Kiwis get to go see some family members and stuff, so that'll be good. 23rd of August. Before a week's break to going home and playing the Seagulls, who we only play once. Into the last round of the season at home against the Cowboys on a Saturday. 8-day turnaround into that match. And hopefully we're resting players because we can, and the minor premiership's all sewing up. That'd be lovely. It's the 20-year conspiracy. The Bulldogs win every 20 years, get runner-up every 10 years. So 2014 runner-up to South Sydney. 2024, hopefully, we're playing, well, who knows who we'll be playing. And hopefully we'll be there. That'll be fantastic. Anyway, guys, that's the draw. No 5-day turnarounds. Got to be happy with that. Much better in that term. I feel the draw is very fair for us this year. And not playing Magic Round as a home game works out well. Don't have to travel too far, too often. Look, I haven't looked through everyone else's, but this would have to be one of the best draws as far as, timing's concerned. And the fact we got quite a few late afternoon and night games and some prime time sort of game slots is a really good thing. I think the NRL's woken up to see that Canterbury are not only, doesn't matter where they're coming, they're a big draw card for a television audience. Our fans might not always get to the games, but we're a national brand. We've got a huge following. We've got great colours. We've got the great symbol in the Bulldogs. And we're on the way up. And everyone knows it. Some poor stuff last year, but look, they're going to go out there and do their best. The Dogs. And there will be no excuses this year because they've got that favourable draw, in my opinion. And no games are easy, we all know that, but just the fact there's no 5-day turnarounds is a real positive for us and our club. And obviously the club did do a bit of talking to Peter V'landys and the people creating the draw, Abdo, because it's been diabolical the last couple of years, our draw. Not the only team with terrible draws, but in isolation, our draws have not been good. Fox Sports said we had quite a good draw last year. Well, they would know what they're talking about, I can tell you that much. They had the Broncos as having the worst draw last year. Turn it up. So we only play the Broncos once, we only play the Panthers once, the Seagulls once, the West Tigers once, the Dolphins once, and there's another team as well. But it's looking pretty good for the Dogs as far as our draw goes. Tell me what your thoughts are. Interested to hear what you think, and go the Dogs.